guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to go over my August TBR. So this is really just going to be the books that I'm reading for the two readathons that I'm participating in. So these are both month-long readathons, and the first one that I'm participating in is Musical Mayhem, and I will be linking all of the information for all these readathons in the description down below. But it's bingo, and this is the little bingo board, and this is like my spread that I designed, that I didn't design, but like I put together. The first card that I am going for is Mary Poppins, and this is a book with magic in it. And for this, I am going with Black Girl Unlimited by Echo Brown. This is a magical realism story about a girl who, I believe she's living in the east side of Cleveland, and she is just trying to live, and she is also a wizard. And I think it has a lot of ties with like the Black Lives Matter movement, and has like a lot of commentary in there about that. I want to say this is like also maybe like a fictionalized memoir sort of thing. And then the next one is for Oliver, and that is the prompt of reading a middle grade story. And for this, I am reading Ghost Squad by Claribel Ortega. I originally saw this recommended from Ashley at Bookish Realm, and this is like a Halloween themed story about maybe kids that can see ghosts. I'm not entirely sure, but it's mega cute. The cover is mega cute, and I'm excited to get into it. The next bingo square is the group book. The group book is A Curse So Dark and Lonely, which I will be reading. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and that's pretty much all I know. And then the next prompt is for Mean Girls, and it is On Wednesdays We Wear Pink. And for that, the prompt is read a book with a pink cover, and for this I am reading Destiny's Embrace by Beverly Jenkins. This is like a historical romance. I believe our hero he owns his family's, like he's taken over his family's estate, and she comes on as a governess or something along those lines, and they spark a romance, but it's pink. And I love this cover. And then the last prompt is for Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which is a movie that I watched a lot when I was a kid with my mom. And that one is a book with a magical artifact, and this is the one that I'm kind of like going out on a limb with. I'm just assuming there are magical artifacts in this. But for that, I am going with A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. All I know is this is like magical dimensions, I want to say. Like there's 4 different Manhattans or something along those lines. And there's magic in it, so I'm assuming it's not Manhattan, it's London. I'm assuming there's gonna be magical artifacts in here somewhere. So those are the books that I am reading for the Musical Mayhem. And then next, I'm also participating in the Disney-a-thon, and my team is The Little Mermaid. So for the prompt of Ariel, it is read a book featuring a singer as the main character. And for this, Let Me Hear a Rhyme by Tiffany D. Jackson. So this is a group of friends plan to help their friend basically become a rapper. And it sounds like it deals with a lot of hard topics aside from that, but I know that is like the general plot. The second prompt is Flounder, read a book with a great friendship. And for this, I am going with Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. This is, I want to say like a suspense thriller or something along those lines, about a girl whose best friend goes missing, and she seems to be the only one that cares or is looking into it. So I've heard good things about this. The next prompt is Prince Eric, read a book by your favorite author. And this is not a favorite author. I like this author duo, but I got them from the library, and like this fits the most because this is the only author in my stack that I've already read. So I'm going to be reading The Honey Don't List by Christina Lauren. They write predominantly romance, like women's fiction. Such a bullshit title. I have read several books by them, and I didn't love them, but I didn't dislike them. Obviously, I liked the writing and enough to pick up another one, but this is basically like an HGTV home remodeling couple that they are on a press tour for their book, I believe, but the couple actually, like, they don't like each other and they're thinking about splitting, but their assistants, each respective assistant is tasked with keeping them together for this tour, and I think it's a romance between the assistants and like maybe a second chance with the couple. I've heard not stellar things about this, but we'll give it a shot. Next is Ursula. Read a book in which a character changes their appearance often. I, again, didn't really have anything that really fit this prompt all that well, so I went with something that you'll see. So I went with To Kill a Kingdom, and what I gathered from the synopsis is that our main character is a siren, and a sea witch, the sea queen, transforms her into a human. So this sounds like a Little Mermaid retelling, just like with a twist. So kind of fits the prompt even more than the readathon, even more than I thought. So I'm gonna go with this, even though it doesn't really fit. And the next prompt is read the group book. So the group book was A Song Below Water by Bethany C. Morrow. This is the story of a girl who is a siren, and when a famous case of a siren death happens, sirens are like coming to the forefront, and she has always hidden the fact that she's a siren, but now a lot of influencers are coming out against this death, and so she feels like she might want to come out and say that she's a siren. This is obviously a commentary into the Black Lives Matter movement and police brutality and things like that. So I've heard great things about this. And then the last book is King Tristan? Isn't that supposed to be Triton? King Triton bestowed you with lightning powers, so you can read any team's book without following the map, but first completing your own team's prompts. So I actually try to follow the map. So I'm gonna flash it right here if I can get a picture. But for the Little Mermaid prompt, it goes from Little Mermaid to Hercules to Beauty and the Beast to Princess and the Frog. And I've read all of the group books for the other teams, except the Little Mermaids one. So I actually went with one of the Princess and the Frog prompts, and it is Prince Naveen, read a book with royalty in it. And for this, I am going to read Love Boat Taipei. I don't think our main character is royalty, but there is a character that's in here that's a friend of hers that is royalty, I think. If not, we'll see. Let's see if I have a backup book for this. I'm thinking my backup book is going to be Three Dark Crowns, because I for sure know that this has royalty in it. But I'll read this, and if this doesn't have royalty in it, then I'll read this, because I want to read Love Boat Taipei. It sounds really good. But those are the books that I will be reading this month. I have a couple of other books that don't go along with a readathon that I need to get to. So let's get into those. I am currently reading the third book in the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, and I'm roughly 250 pages in, and I'm liking it. I'm not as engrossed in it as I was with the second one, but I'm liking it more than I did the first one. And then I also have all of these library books. So this is the first library book that I have. It's about a girl who has a best friend that is a witch or just has magical abilities, and our main character wants to learn, and she does it behind her parents' back. And it sounds like when she learns, they're asked to track down this criminal. so I'm excited about this one. And then I have Descendant of the Crane. Sounds like this is about a princess who has to prematurely take the throne when her father dies, and she is thrust in the middle of all of this political intrigue where one person, like one group, wants her to blame her father's death on this group, and there's like talks of war and things like that. So this sounds really good. Then I have The Vanished Birds. I heard about this through Bow Ties and Books on one of their videos. So I'm actually gonna read the synopsis for you guys because this sounds gorgeous. It says, Nia is a woman out of place and outside of time. Decades of travel through the stars are condensed into mere months for her, though the years continue to march steadily onward for everyone she has ever known. Her friends and lovers have aged past her, all she has left is work. Alone and adrift, she lives only for the next paycheck until the day she meets a mysterious boy fallen from the sky. A boy broken by his past. The scarred child does not speak. His only form of communication, the beautiful and haunting music he plays on an old wooden flute. Captured by his songs and their strange, immediate connection, Nia decides to take the boy in, and over years of starlight travel, these two outsiders discover in each other the things they lack. For him, a home, a place of love and safety. For her, an anchor to the world outside herself. For both of them, a family. But Nia is not the only one who wants the boy. The past hungers for him, and when it catches up, it threatens to tear this makeshift family apart. This sounds incredible. I'm really excited to get into this. Like I said, I heard about this from Bow Ties and Books. They raved about this in one of their videos that I watched recently, so I'm excited to get into this one. And then I have Kingdom of Souls. This tells the story of a girl born into a family of witch doctors, but she has no magic herself, and when a child goes missing in her kingdom, she has to trade away years of her life to get magic. I also have Caraval, which I believe is something to do with the circus. Children of Blood and Bone. What it sounds like, it's our main characters, this kingdom has always had powers, and when the powers disappear, our main character has the opportunity to overthrow the tyranny that kind of took their powers away, in addition to getting the magic back. And then the last book that I have is All the Light We Cannot See. This is a story following two people, one person in France and one in Germany. I'm not sure what time period this is set, but I've heard really good things about it, so I'm excited to jump in. And those are all of the books that I have currently from my library. As you can see, these books right here are also on my TBR, but I'm not in any rush to get to them because I don't have to return them. But I also plan on doing a rereading of the Shadowhunter Chronicles, so we will see if I even get to those this month, because I have quite a hefty load of books to look forward to. But that is it. So make sure you guys comment down below if you've read any of these books and you enjoyed them, or if you're participating in any of these readathons. I would love to hear about it. If you want information for any of these readathons because you want to participate, it's again going to be in the description bar. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. I will see you guys in my next one, and thank you.